All right. Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. Did everybody have a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Approved.
Okay, can I get a second for that motion? Second. A motion. Can I get a second for that motion?
Maybe to break up a song.
Yeah. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed say nay. All right, the minutes are approved. And we don't appear to have any visitors this morning. No. And we have a new commission member, which is Betty Bayer or Betty Books. She was here one time before as a visitor, so I'd like to welcome Betty. You want me to do a dance? No, you know, but we're excited to have you. When are you guys gonna open?
So we're opening September 20th.
Okay.
And we'll be starting to move in the Monday after Labor Day. We'll be like moving our big stuff in. So it's a lot's happening, but it'll be great. Yay.
Yeah.
Fun to see.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, good for you for moving, because I would just rather just.
Die in my place.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope to never do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So welcome. Okay, so old business, this streetscape project. We did so far welcome Betty to the commission. Hi, Betty. She'll be opening September 20th.
Exciting.
Okay, so old business, our streetscape project, Sanan couldn't be here today. So he gave us this. Does everybody have a copy of that? It looks like it. Okay. So he gave us a copy of this. If you recall from last meeting, our St. Louis County project manager was leaving his position at the end of August with a new person replacing that person. And it looks like everything is going to transition okay. And it's gonna be. The agreement is, well, you know more about this. Do you know more about this than I do?
Maybe slightly more.
Okay,
So I think really we have, I can't remember if the agreement has to go to council or not. I think it does.
Yeah, it says so in the memo.
Yeah, okay,
Right, on
thank you.
September 2nd.
Yeah, because it
Okay.
wasn't on our agenda last night. That's what I was gonna say. So, but it'll go in the consent agenda and I'm sure it will pass. There'll be no problem. So I think that's just a formality at this point. And then they can start the design work. But
Okay.
I think the best news is that they have a new project manager. So
Right.
we now have a point of contact.
Hashtag, so that's good. Okay.
I don't know anything about the lead though.
So on the light, behind my building actually is this large Ameren light, as you can see there. And originally it was paid for by somebody on my block. I don't know who, wasn't me. And they no longer are willing to pay for it, so the light is out. So, but we already have this light at the end of the little island that juts out into the parking lot. The light in the, and that's the Webster Rose parking lot light. The light in the apparatus is out, so that has to be replaced, but literally they're within 15 feet of each other. So we're going to, the plan is to take out this light, not the pole, but the light off of that pole. So that's no longer there, and to replace the fixture or the light bulb, if you call it a light bulb, in the large light, so that we can have light in that area in the parking lot. That's the way I understood it from Sanan. So when that all takes place, I'm not really sure. I'm assuming that it's Ameren that has to take that light out.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sure we'll get an update on that.
I knew one thing.
There you go. The Alma parking lot lighting update. I don't have anything on that.
Yeah, I don't think we got any.
Okay.
I have something on the Alma,
Okay.
that's the old business, is it dumpster
Uh-huh.
that the city was paying for, or
The
the
Republic
Crossroads? Yeah,
It's still there,
it
yeah.
was supposed to be gone in April.
Okay,
Who's calling on it?
At the time, it was
Wasn't it Sanaa?
It
This, well, it was
It was
the
Renee.
deputies.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
Renee
it's
first.
I'll see if it got passed along.
Yeah.
So on the parking lot,
I noticed it too, and I thought, is anyone cleaning it out? Like, we fill it up, does somebody take the
I
stuff?
don't even know if anybody's emptying it.
do we, I mean, I know the city was paying for it. What companies?
Republic,
It's Republic, okay.
I was actually just gonna call.
Will they take the sign down too, since nothing will be there?
Yeah, I'll put that in the email.
Okay, so. On the lighting update, we'll wait for Sanaa next meeting. Work the trash thing. On the rooftop lighting estimate, the individual has all the information. Basically, what he's waiting for is what is our relationship going to be with the city, and that's going to kind of be dependent on our streetscape project and what we come up with that. Because each business district has a different relationship with the city regarding their rooftop lighting.
And so far, no one's been able to find any written contracts.
Okay.
So I did talk to one of the differences seems to be how, so in Old Webster, several businesses in a row are connected to one power source
Mhm.
versus individual power sources. That was simply a happenstance of who had available power. So for you all, probably the best thing to do is to have it individually
Individually, yeah.
done, just because you can track better. And when
Right.
businesses turn over, you don't have to worry about tracking down whoever might owe you a little bit of electricity money. So that was one thing that sort of became clear in discussing that with the chairs. There was a second question. What was the second question about that?
The installation and maintenance is to the percentages of who
The
pays.
percentages, yeah. So they think that was more an agreement and they're trying to run down for me if they can figure out, since they can't find a contract, what that is and if there's any history of why.
Okay.
So hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have more. And to be honest, if we don't have more by the next meeting, you all should just make a proposal to
Okay,
us.
that
and
sounds
then
good.
We'll figure it out from there.
Okay.
Because I don't want to delay because we can't find something that was executed,
And
a while ago.
these are LED, if they are, isn't the cost like $1 or $2 a month? I
Right.
mean, it's just like.
Yeah, I think it should be individual businesses and then we maintain.
Yeah, it's fine.
I agree too.
It's just, it's a minimal cost. for
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that'd be good.
And are we doing across the street ever? Are we going from pole to pole?
So that's gonna be different. So,
Because we've
because
got
the poles are going to have their own electricity, which is, how is that?
My understanding is that has to be part of the streetscape because that
Right.
electricity and the poles will be in the plane from that
Right.
we do in conjunction with the county.
County, correct, yeah, so that's a whole separate, yeah.
Okay.
And then, I mean, you all may have talked about this, but remember that's not our road, so we can't just give you permission to string lights across.
Right.
Since it's a county road.
Eric originally said that it was, when he was talking with someone, that it was no problem at all.
Good.
that we could pull
Right.
that off. So I didn't think it was a problem. So it may be because people change and ideas
Right.
change, but.
And I don't necessarily think it's a problem, I think we
It's
just
just
have
that we
to
have to
remember
make-
we
yeah,
have to
They
loop
fall
in
down
county,
and
yeah.
deal with.
Yeah, we gotta loop in county if that's gonna be a step of the
I think it's really
process.
soften everything up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the trick or treat event is October 25th. And it was our intent last meeting to have a more established presence in our business district for this trick or treat event. So initially, the first year that we participated in the event, we had the Hacienda food truck up on the corner of Elm and Big Bend in that parking lot there with the dentist on that lot. They let us use that parking lot. In our parking lot behind our buildings and by Jeff's building, we can have a fire pit there, whatever you guys want to do. Did you want to run food trucks with your business? How, I just wanted to get together some kind of
My
plan.
future potential tenant has a food truck, so it would be great if she could be the food truck.
Okay, so will that be behind your businesses? Did
Can't
you
do
want
it
to
back
put it?
there. Yeah,
Huh?
we can't do it back there. We don't own
Okay.
that parking lot.
So do you, oh, I
What day
forget.
is it?
We
This
could use we could use the corner of Lewis.
yeah, you can use the corner of Lewis. We can talk to the dentist at the corner of Big Ben and Elm. She'll let us use that lot. You can use,
We could probably use our two-story brick building lot right there,
Okay.
because it's got street facing, so people will see it.
right,
And it's a Saturday, so.
same at the corner of Big Ben and Elm, but you run into that traffic there,
It's
so it
hard to
might
get
be,
up there.
yeah,
Yeah.
might be better to put it.
Yeah, I'll talk to
Just
them
like-
if you want me to.
I'll see if she's available that day and
Which tenant is this? What are
One
they?
that-
What kind of
hopefully we'll
food?
go into descendant if we can get that.
Do we know the type of food?
Well, her truck is, burgers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I just didn't know if
Yeah,
it was like. a
that's not what
special-
she's putting in this, in that
Oh, no.
space, yeah.
I heard sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put it in sandwiches.
Yeah.
We get a deli.
If-
Oh.
If I can get somebody from Webster to answer my question.
Deli.
Let's talk.
We have one shift that does sandwich Sundays, so
Oh.
shift every Sunday we get sandwich prices, so.
Okay, yeah.
Cool, good business.
Then if you wanted to team up, if we wanted to do like a fire pit behind in our parking lot there in our spaces, we could definitely do that.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
I have a suggestion.
yes, ma'am.
Is you wanted me to pull businesses so that we can get them on the map.
Mhm.
If you composed a short letter from the commission
Mhm.
telling them what the plan is this year, that what you want more, whatever, that's what I can send out when I say, will you plan to participate?
Okay.
And you also wanted to get it out sooner, so
Right.
before, like, the next couple of weeks.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the main map is one side Old Webster, one side Old Orchard, so would Crossroads.
Crossroads is a smaller, it's been a smaller map
Oh.
because you didn't have as many
Right,
folks.
right.
As you get more folks, it'd be bigger, but
Mhm.
it's the same style,
Okay, but it's a separate.
but
map.
it's a separate piece of paper.
Okay.
So, did you wanna do that or did,
Betty and I will run it down,
gotcha, just send it to me and
because she's 1,000% more social than I am.
Whoa.
No, I don't.
Oh, I can pretend like.
Way up there.
1,000, that's a lot,
No, I'll get it to you.
okay.
I'm trying. Okay. So new business, anybody have anything else for the trick or treat event? Did you want to run something on your end for the trick or treat event?
I'm gonna try. I
Okay.
just need to I need to talk to my friend, because if we don't do something, nobody comes down.
Right, so, and if we get it on the map, if we put it out there, yeah, we should,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm gonna see what we're gonna do,
okay.
if it'll be something.
Okay.
I thought about bringing a food truck in too, but
Well,
you guys do it. but-
well, you can do it on both ends. So,
Yeah, that's true. It'd be
Yeah.
good.
Right.
Complimentary
Yeah, like a, yeah,
burgers and something.
like a dessert truck.
Good idea.
Okay. All right, for new business, our budget worksheet report. Oh, help me go on through this.
So essentially, the budget you asked for was approved. And the work plan you put in was approved, because you all were the easiest report of any board or commission we had. So thank you for that.
Did anybody have any questions about the budget? Because if it was everything we approved, it's pretty much what we could feel, right?
Yeah.
Steve disposal services, was some stuff, I'm not sure what that is.
So the disposal services, do we have that anymore?
That'll be gone with the Republic.
That's the Republic dumpsters,
That's-
that should be gone.
So that shouldn't be.
I will include that in my email about getting rid of it.
Is the advertising budget mainly used for in the like Webster Kirkwood Times at the holiday or,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Gang pages. Right,
The what?
I call them gang pages.
Yeah, and don't we use some of it? Don't we donate something to the Hawken House for their event?
Yeah,
When they do their music
yeah.
event, we sponsor it.
Yeah,
isn't that a separate line?
that's a
item?
separate.
Oh, sorry.
Usually a separate line, but it's usually for the holiday and it's for the 4th of July is our advertising budget.
And that's all we've ever really done, but we haven't had as many cool businesses district that are more retail. So over time, that can all change.
Right.
You know, if you guys have different ideas to promote, it's just kind of like, we're all,
We were just pitching into the whole website
we're just
budget
trying to do.
and we were
bare
really
minimum.
retail, yeah, so yeah. Exactly what you said. So we can certainly take a bigger interest in that.
Yep. I think it'd be worthwhile with all the new activity.
So other than the disposal, does anybody have any questions about the budget? It's gonna be a super fun meeting. No drama. Okay, city update.
I've got a couple things. Next week, after Renee left, we now have hired a deputy city manager for that position, David Bookless. Some of you may have read about him. He comes as somebody with background in economic development as well as planning and development. Has recently served as an interim city manager. And then it just went right out of my brain. West, that's what, Arnold, thank you, Southwest, whatever, some direction. And so he starts on Monday and economic development will be part of his portfolio as well as working on our implementation strategies for the comprehensive plan and the stormwater plan. So I think Sinan will probably stay as your liaison because the biggest thing is working through this project with county, but we will have somebody working more on economic development generally.
Renee was the,
Deputy city manager for community
she was the one I kind
vitality.
of bumped heads with sometimes. Is that Renee?
Mhm.
Okay.
The second thing is we had our first council consideration of the comprehensive plan. If you have not seen the comprehensive plan, it's available to you on our website. It is a land use plan essentially with a 20-year vision. I expect that we do have a public hearing scheduled for September 2nd. So if you have any comments on that, certainly let us know. You can do it by email or that public hearing April 2nd. We'll have a time just to talk about the comprehensive plan, members of the public. It's really, I think, inspiring to think about doing some things a little bit differently and dealing with some of our issues about lack of density, but doing it in a way that I think the residents of Webster Groves can feel good about. But the real key is going to be the implementation part, right? Like every other plan, if it sits on the shelf, it's not really good to any of us. And the last thing, just to make you aware, because of some of the work that's being done on Kirkham, and I know this isn't your business district, but it affects the broader community. Great Rivers Greenway is moving up in their planned schedule another section of the Deer Creek Greenway. So right now it pretty much ends at Lorraine Davis Park or at Brentwood, kind of near where Newport is. It will go all the way down at least to Gore when the project is finished. But they're having an open house to talk about that part of the project and then to begin the conversation about how do you get it from there all the way to the Kirkwood connection. So if anyone's a biker or lives in one of those areas that might go through there, I thought y'all just might be interested in the meeting time. So that's September 4th, 6 p.m. at the Rec Center.
Do you have anything?
I don't think so. You guys have anything for us? I know the trick or treat thing, I think our association participated in the Old Webster portion last year. I know with the trivia nights and stuff, we've been raising money to be more involved in community events like that, so. Since it's in two different spots, if you guys have any ideas, where, we can go between both or whatever, it's something our association could, happy to probably participate in.
That'd be great.
I thought of one more thing, if you don't
Okay.
mind. We've been having some challenges with people, members of commissions, RSVP, so we know whether or not we have a quorum for things. Really, we should not, no board or commission should meet without a quorum, because you really have no decision-making authority, and it's hard to not try and make decisions if you don't have a quorum. So council has made the decision that if there's not a verified quorum 24 hours in advance, we're just gonna go ahead and cancel. And really, all that means for you all is, please make sure you answer Fran's query about whether you're gonna attend the meeting, so we know whether it should go forward. And the other thing I'll suggest is for you all to consider, as we may be waiting in time sometimes for county to move from thing, you do not have to meet every month. You could skip a month here and there if there's nothing pressing, so feel free to do that. You can meet every month if you want, that's absolutely fine, but that's really up to you all.
We typically do skip a month here and there. So,
Yeah.
But next month, no, because it's before the trick or treat thing, so.
When would it be a good time to bring up, because I just want to mention the issue that you were having and the issue that we're having? When is
Go
that?
for it.
It's really, really difficult to get anything finished or approved for licensing and stuff to the point where it's almost just giving up. Like, we've got tenants out of spaces that were costing us a small fortune, and we had to put in some stuff and pull some water out, and just get someone to show up can take 20 emails, 10 calls. Finally, just getting down here and standing here and waiting for someone to talk to us. I mean, it just gets to the point where you're like, you know what? Screw it. We're just patching it up. We'll take some pictures. We'll call it a day. And if we get fined, we get fined, because just no one will show up. What, like,
So just,
I'm not complaining at you.
no,
I just mean, pay the taxes. I just want someone
Absolutely.
to come and see this part.
absolutely, and couple of things. One is council's aware of the problem as of relatively recently, and we've had some pretty significant discussions about how are we going to solve this. One of the things that at least I thought was going on was that our online permitting was up, and that was supposed to make everything more efficient. Turns out that's not working. And so that, I know, in speaking to the city manager, that's a priority to get that on, because part of this is just having people know where they're supposed to show up. The second thing is, I am hoping with the new DCM that some of the things that have been on not working as well as they should have in planning will get more attention more quickly. But the third thing I'm going to tell you, and this is the bad news part, I was at a meeting a few weeks ago with 5 different mayors and city managers, and the hardest place for anyone to hire people is in planning departments, because we don't have any programs right now that are producing people who have those skills. So I know this is a public meeting, and I'm a little getting out ahead of where we are, but there are discussions about how we maybe need to do this more regionally so that we can share the staff to get it done, because what everybody recognizes, we just keep stealing staff from each other, and that's not solving the problem. So I'm not telling you that tomorrow it's going to be fixed, but I also want you to know that it is on the radar very clearly. And the thing, though, that I want us to be able to emphasize is it's not just that this is delay if it's delayed and it's an inconvenience, it actually costs people money.
Yeah.
And that's, I
I
know, and that's the part that really I don't think has been emphasized as much in the conversation, but now is really starting to become part of that conversation.
And just to please throw it all out, is the people we get to talk to really don't have a strong handle on how things work or the code. Because we're correcting them, saying that is not a load bearing wall. You do not have to do this. And they're like, okay, I think you're right. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I can do this better than you at this point. So can I just write it up and send it over? Because I know it better from being through it a million times. I know you're in jams that when we were just talking a few minutes ago that don't even make logical sense. Like do something. It's physically impossible to do what they're asking you to do with no exceptions to it. And so you can't move people in. My point is, could the city contract with a third party to come in and just do these inspections from people who are really experienced and come in and knock it out like that and help us?
So we have asked for an exploration of what we can contract for. We run into the same problem, though, about having the qualified professionals who can do it, whether they work for cities, whether they work for private entities. So everything, I think it's fair to say everything's on the table in trying to solve this. But there's some structural issues that also are challenges beyond what we can control. So yes, that is a possibility.
I would just love like a short-term plan and then a
Yeah.
long-term vision.
Yeah,
The short-term can be anything to, if we document everything and give it to you, we can deal with it later and just keep moving or, you know, something.
okay. I'll mention the documenting.
Because we kind of already know it will pass and all of us know it will pass. So if we can take pictures, photos, and if we have to tear it back out later to do something to prove something, I'm more than willing to do that as long as we can get it done quickly. But, you know,
Would you both mind, just because it's easier sometimes when it's in writing, and I know that this is gonna take a little bit of your time, just send me a little narrative of the experience that, what you're going through right now, anyone who has done this, because I'd like to I want to be a little more specific when I go back, because I hear general things, but I'd like to, come on, nail down a little bit more.
we'll give you dollars on the time the team spent, how much rent was lost, we lost a renter, things like that.
Yeah.
Put it all together and say, this was a $50,000,
Yeah.
thing for us.
Yeah, I would appreciate that if you put it together.
Sure.
I haven't even gotten to the inspection part of it because I can't get to the part where we actually get a plan approved.
Yeah.
And that has to do with ADA access for me. For me, it's infeasible to have ADA access in this building. Otherwise, my ramp would be on St. Louis County sidewalk, which would make the sidewalk non-ADA compliant. Or a 23-foot ramp with 4-foot switchbacks in the back, where I don't even have enough land to put that ramp. So it would also, they would have to trespass on the neighbor's parking lot to get to the ramp. So there's no place to put a ramp. Their suggestion was maybe knocking the front of the building down and moving it back 8 feet, which if you've been in the Crossroads districts and everything's in one
that
line,
doesn't make
who's
sense.
asked to review for it? And now I just can't get an answer on, okay, so what can I do with the building?
So what's happened over and over prior to everything is there was leniency on old buildings and stuff. So if you look at Zoe's attic, there's a business upstairs and there is no elevator, and there's this. So depending on the structure and the time and what you're
Right.
doing, you can work within the constraints that you're giving as long as you do everything that's viable. They were allowing at one point businesses to move forward with that. I don't know where that is today, but that's the only viable option, or you can't put a retail business in, or I guess you can't put almost anything in there.
Right. Have a nice building with nothing in it. It's been sitting there vacant now for,
How did Off Elm get?
they're street level or sidewalk level entrance. So that was easy.
Got it. 'Cause
Same
it's a
same
step
with
up.
the green awning building. That's
Got
also
it.
street level. It's just, there was 2 buildings that did not have, that have a step up, and that's ours and Sylvie D's. Sylvie D's tore a building down next to it, built the
So they could get
corridor
a level.
outside so they could get it level with the back of the building. I don't have that space to do it.
Got it.
How much of a step up is there?
9 inches, so it'd be a 9-foot ramp.
Right.
With a 4-foot landing at the door to open. Can't do that in the front building. A 23-foot ramp in the back. Can't do that in the back building either. So
I would appreciate that.
Yes, so just, I just, if logic would just win the day and just say,
I get
okay,
letter of the law, I get that there's rules, we don't wanna deny access, we can come up with other ways, to service people in a wheelchair. But we just don't have a building that will allow for the access.
What the dissent was in there, or cheated.
Well, that's what I asked them, like, why is this one all of a sudden needing?
prior to it, things were allowed when there was
Right.
no ability
There was no
to
building.
make it ADA
Yeah.
compliant. They would just go ahead and say, dude, this is the bare minimum you have to do, and
Gotcha.
this is, we're not tearing down an old structure
Right.
because it's a historic neighborhood.
I hear you, absolutely, and I'm gonna follow up and we will keep at this until we get it done, 6 months ago, we thought we had things kind of moving in the right direction and we're not in a great place.
When you say not in a great place, I know on this side, but it's everything else good?
Yeah, everything else is good. I mean, talk about things like the water park, not only did it come in on time and under budget, it's been a huge hit this summer. We're found out, everything Prop W related, recreation is going really well. We've got some great opportunities in terms of things that are getting done in the city by, like all the lead pipes that are getting replaced. But that's a challenge for people because you can barely go 3 blocks, and I know the police department knows this better than anybody else, without somebody having something dug up on the street. And I think the trade-off that we forget is it's not dug up just because somebody wants to dig it up. Most of that right now for us is a safety issue, replacing these lead pipes. And, we've got more business licenses than we've had in a long time. And so, yeah, I think things are going really well. Part of our challenge in planning this, things are going really well for Webster. So people are adding on and people are opening businesses. And so it's just a lot all at once, but it's our job to deal with it. So we're going to have to figure out the solution.
So we really want that deli.
I didn't say, are you kidding?
Right now, I am ready for deli.
I had breakfast before I got here. Now my stomach is growling. Just from the first mention of.
Can you say their name?
Can I say their name?
Well, if you're not, that's fine, I'm just,
She's a Webster resident, she has a food truck called Farm Truck,
oh yeah, I've heard about that one.
yeah,
I've heard good things about that one.
yeah, she's great. She's got 2 spots at the Energizer Park, she's got a spot at the Savas or whatever it's called.
So she's kind of like a destination type of
Yeah.
thing, so she'll draw into the neighborhood.
Oh,
With like a Union Bagel too and
For sure.
weird stuff, yeah.
For sure.
That's cool.
She's in my
Please send me.
menu item.
Please do send me something sort of in writing so I can take my
100%.
paper around
100%.
or
When's
forward
the
my
ETA
emails
for
with.
pizza? Pizza Girl, whatever.
I mean,
Yeah, there we go. I probably would.
They're trying to get their architectural plans drawn up so that they can submit for planning, but I would imagine it's gonna take them 6 months to at least to get things built out. It's very raw inside.
It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
There's a pizza place going too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it a add-on to another, or is it a one-off?
It's a one-off. It's a family that just moved to Webster.
Decide
They
we're doing
moved here from
pizzas.
Florida, yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Where is that gonna be?
And
In
they,
the green stripe on it.
Right to
Oh,
architect first.
okay,
yeah,
nice.
So that's all like kind of retail right there.
Every opportunity to get fat.
Yeah.
Right, it'll be like a eating and drinking experience. And I'll stop and get a haircut.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Crossroads District should be a nice.
Yeah, here,
Go hang out.
Everglade is like overflowing.
Awesome.
We just had that one extra parking spot in the dumpster.
That was what I feel better about because I can just send emails or calls every day until it's gone.
I'm gonna call someone just to get rid of it,
Yeah.
make this go away.
All right. Anybody have anything else before we return? All right, our next meeting is September 17th. And I get a motion to return. May I have a second? All right. And everybody in favor say aye. All right, all those opposed say nay.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.